This morning I'm heading to the prosthetic office. They're gonna fit me for my knee braces. I'm assuming they're gonna put them on, and I guess there's a dial on the side that you can twist, which will adjust the knee direction, and they're gonna fit them for me. So I'll take you guys along. Not sure if I can film inside the office, but I'll show you what they look like once I get them fitted.
All of these straps ship long, so we need to get them to the correct length for you and get them trimmed.
Okay.
The mechanism on this is actually very clever. These little guys are just Velcroed on, and this is a ripstop webbing, so we can cut it to whatever length and then move the Velcro down.
Okay.
The other main thing we need to do is what we call varus valgus correction. Your knee is slightly bow-legged, which puts more pressure on the medial aspect of the joint, which is, we believe, a major contributor to your pain.
Yeah.
So by shortening and lengthening these bits, we can change the overall angle between the top and the bottom segments of the brace. I can demonstrate that. This shifts, which adjusts the angle. And we have one of those, they call them load shifters, on each side, so we have quite a bit of adjustability there.
Okay.
You're free to mess with that at home. If you get it too far out and you feel a little lost, just give us a call. We'll get it back to where we were. Or I can like make little Sharpie lines where we start out.
Okay. Just got fitted with them. They feel pretty good. I do feel the pressure correcting the knees. So, and they look okay, best as they can, but they are correcting my knees, so that's good. I think that appointment went well. The doctor's a pretty cool guy. So what he wants me to do is wear these, break them in, kind of like wear them for 2 hours at a time, 2 hours on, 2 hours off. Today, check my knee for redness, like slight pink is okay if it goes away in about 20 minutes. If it's really dark red, then we may have to adjust it. The pads on the side, these are kind of thick, and I have some thinner ones that he said I could put on if it's too tight. And then tomorrow I'll wear them for 3 hours on, 2 hours off, and etc. until I'm wearing them all the time, or I know how they affect my knees and whether or not when I need to wear them. And so I'm gonna try that out, wear them today. And I have a sleeve that I can put on if I'm wearing shorts, put a sleeve on and then put these on. That way I don't have to break these down and wash them. But no, I can definitely tell the difference when I'm walking and how stable my knee is. It's basically pushing the knee joints back into an alignment, and I'm not as bow-legged as before. And just this slight adjustment really helps. Had to make a trip to Home Depot, pick up some more lumber, got 2 more windows, and we got some stair risers before we build our deck. So I'm putting in the header board. It's a pretty tight fit just because, you know, the arch here. But, sorry, my ladder's kind of squeaky here. Okay, that fits pretty good. I have a little bit of gap here, but I'm going to take my hammer and nail it on that end over here just to push it back a little bit, and then I still have to put up my king jack right here, which will snug everything up. Just finished framing up this window. It did kind of take all day. Had to contend with the measurements. This is a 36 by 24 window, and I wanted to make sure that it was about 8 to 10 inches off of the roof line out there in case of snow buildup. I didn't want it to pile up and come over the window. So I think I'm about 10 inches up from the roof pitch. And as you can see, it's 36 inches this way, and I got my header board in, and I had to cut it off to meet the curve here. But I think that's going to work because I think my window is down far enough where I can put my trim and a Z-channel for water runoff. And I think it's going to work out fine. We drove to Montana today to go to the Amish market. It's in Libby, Montana. Yeah,
yeah, it's good. So we always come here every year.
It's a great place, and they build metal log cabins. It's like right across the street. These nice looking pies: huckleberry, apple, strawberry, rhubarb, triple berry pie, cinnamon rolls too. I don't know if you guys have ever tried this Pennsylvania Dutch birch beer, but it is very good. I don't know how to explain the taste of that birch beer. It's almost like a ginger ale. It's slightly different, but it's very refreshing. So Brenda and I got the half soup and sandwich, which is the Italian and vegetable beef. Isaac got the chicken salad milk. When we were thinking about building, before we got our arch cabin, this is one of the companies that we were looking at to buy one of these log cabin kits, you know, and a little bit out of our price range, but they have smaller kits. But on their website, it talks about whatever the kit is, times it by 8 times the price, and that's how much it would be to finish it. So that was kind of expensive. We were looking at getting one that was about $120,000, and if you do the math, like, I don't want to spend that much money, and that was to have them do it. Now you could do it yourself and purchase all the other equipment, like the roofing and all the nails and stuff that goes in it. But Ringlestar, if you ever watch his channel, he contacted these guys, and I think he's building one there. But they also have their own YouTube channel, Metal Lark or Amish Meadows, and you can see them putting this stuff up all the time. Montana, Idaho, all over the world. But they're pretty cool. So if you're in the market for one, I would check these guys out because they're family owned, and the quality is really, really good. This is their assembly yard, and you can see Metal Lark Log Homes, but they actually put together every single log cabin over here, make sure everything fits. So they put it all together, then they break it all down, and then they ship it to you. And you can see this is probably some of the packages that the customer ordered. They load it up on a semi truck and send it to your property. Wanted to show you this one. I think this is the Swiss Chalet. Might be wrong, but it's a really nice looking house. This is their office, so if you ever come here, you can come inside and take a look at it. But it's nice and cool on the inside, and just the woodwork and how big the logs are. It's just amazing, the woodwork that they do inside and the quality. See, the family lives here on the property, so I don't want to walk around too much, but that's another example of one of the buildings that they have. And I believe every May they have an auction here, which is pretty popular, but they sell furniture, log cabin kits, and it's pretty awesome. We haven't been up here when they've done it, but I want to come next year maybe. And not that I might buy something, but just to be around here. You know, they have bed frames and stuff like that, so maybe we might end up getting something. It's just kind of cool that they do this community auction. Well, I spoke with somebody on site, and they said we could go in and take a look at this cabin. They said it was a display model, so it's still being built, but we're gonna show you on the inside. Look at that, they got quarter-lane windows just like we did. Now the building style that they're using is called a button pass. So, you know, it butts up right here and this side passes. So it comes through, butts up and passes. So it's not a dovetail, but it's called the button pass style. But you can see how thick these are.
So just walking into this, it just feels so cool than what it feels like on the outside of here.
Now they're building this on a concrete slab, so you can see the cutouts, but you can also see how they're running their electrical on the bottom over here. Coming up like that. Here's a look of the upstairs loft. It's pretty spacious. If I was to stand up, I'm probably not as tall as that, so I could probably reach up and touch it. But it looks like there'd be plenty enough room up here for a bed, and probably a queen size. Even a king would probably fit. I like how they do the tongue and groove roofing here. Nice window. Also has this nice overhang. I'm guessing it's probably like 6-foot overhang. Keep the snow off. Pretty nicely built. If you guys are ever near Libby, Montana, come out by the airport and stop by the Amish market and Middle Lock Homes. We stopped at Kootenai Falls. Absolutely gorgeous here. If you haven't been, we're just outside of Troy, Montana. It's already hot outside. It's only 10:32. I got the window frame laid out behind me. I'm gonna square it up, nail it together, get it hoisted and installed. What I need to do now is on the king stud I have right here. It's just temporarily sitting in there. I just put it in there just to make sure my measurement was right. But I need to put a 1/2-inch spacer between that and that center column just to make sure my spacing is correct before I put up this jack stud frame. And so I'm gonna go cut that out and put it in there and then get this frame hoisted up there. I finished installing the frame. I actually had to take out that little piece that I put in, that 1/2-inch. It was too tight. I had to take it out to get this frame in, and I shimmed it a little bit. And now I gotta go work on the header, just like this one. I measured it, now I need to go cut that and install it. All right, got my headers installed, both sides. And I was able to get the router bit hole cut out. So once it cools off a little bit, it's really hot outside, about 106 degrees in here. And I don't want to be on top of the metal roof, so I'm going to wait until this evening and we have shade over here to get up here and cut this out. So that's what the plan is. One down, one more to go. Got the other window cut out. Brenda's in there prepping the windows for me. Brenda's taping up the windows here. Yeah, the router kind of got close there. Well, maybe we can fix that though.
Yeah, we'll fix that.
Tape goes over there. Can you tell the difference from being inside with that open now?
I don't know, I mean a little bit, but because of the evening right now it's a little bit cooler, or getting cooler I should say. But if there was a breeze coming through, I'm sure we could definitely feel it. But I am sweating on the forehead right now.
This tape's kind of hard to work with.
Yeah, even the guy said when we purchased this, if it doesn't work, bring it back. So I think a lot of people have had trouble with it.
Brenda's a pro.
Trying.
So we're gonna put the caulking on a different style. We've seen this before where we were doing the window seal, but this time we're gonna
Oops, I'm stuck.
do the window itself. We've seen other builders do it that way, so I think we're just gonna try it this time.
Squishy. Squishy. Okay.
This is my turn. Look at those skills. Sloppy mess.
Okay. All right, guys, we got both windows put in finally. I know it looks different because we had, this is the last part of our wrap that we had for this window, and we had to buy some more. So I know they look different, but they're all done. And of course, when we started doing this, I slipped on the roof because of all this sawdust. I know I don't have the best shoes on, and I kind of hurt my chest a little bit, but I'm okay. And I had a whiplash on my head, or but I'm doing okay right now. I'm glad that we finally got these in. I can't wait to see tomorrow morning to see what light we get in when we go look on the inside.